Spider-Man Into the Spiderverse is out now, but how's about a little catch-up on who these Spidey people even are? What's up, everybody? It's your boys Leo Rydell
and Stu Magruder,
here to fill you in with everything you need to know about Spider-Man Into the Spiderverse. Let's kick things off with Miles Morales. So Miles is the half African-American, half Latino Spider-Man from Earth 1610, which is also known as the Marvel Ultimate Universe. In this parallel reality, Peter Parker dies after a bad run-in with the Sinister Six. This prompts Miles Morales to rise up and become the Spider-Man of his universe. He's also the main character of Into the Spiderverse, and it looks like any other sequel might focus specifically on him. But I don't want to keep y'all waiting too long. Stu, take it away with SpiderGwen.
Alright guys, let's take a quick trip over to Earth 65, where the world is kind of flipped around a little bit. In this universe, it is actually Gwen Stacy who gets bitten by the radioactive spider, and she gets all the typical spider powers, which forces her into becoming Spider-Woman. But the real twist comes when her universe's Peter Parker follows Dr. Connor's experiments and turns himself into the Lizard. He goes crazy and attacks their high school, but when Gwen dons her spider suit, she pushes a little too hard and actually kills Peter Parker. I know. She's forced to flee and is now hunted in her own universe as a criminal and a killer. But back to you, Leo. Let's talk about Penny.
Let's shift things over a little bit to Earth 14512. Yes, I said all the numbers. I'm not doing no 145s. We're just going with the whole universe number. This universe of Spidey is pretty different from a lot of the other ones in that she's not herself really a Spider-Man. Her name is Penny Parker, and her father invented a Spider-Man-like mecha that kind of looks like Evangelion a little bit. Penny was adopted by May and Ben Parker, and when she discovered her father's mecha, she allowed herself to be bitten by the radioactive spider in order to pilot this thing. And she fights crime through the streets in this mech, super cool anime-like mecha. Back to you, Stu. Let's get to SpiderMan Noir.
SpiderMan Noir, one of my personal favorites. Hailing from Earth 90214, that's not Beverly Hills, by the way, this version of Peter Parker comes from a very similar Earth, but it's set in 1934. So he's an inexperienced but idealistic apprentice of this investigative journalist Ben Urich, and he's accidentally bitten by a highly venomous spider while investigating a smuggling ring of ancient spider statues. But instead of killing him, this bite actually gives him the super spider abilities. So Peter Parker begins to wage a one-man war against the criminal underworld in New York City as a brutal and feared vigilante, known as the Spider-Man. Super original, right? So he even uses guns. This is a little different. He's a little more brutal. He actually kills people. It's crazy. So he begins this one-man quest to avenge the deaths of his uncle, Ben Parker, and then is also his mentor, Ben Urich, which is caused by the Goblin. And of course, you guessed it, the Goblin is actually Norman Osborn, the criminal lord of the underworld.
Man, what a storyline, but we're gonna sling our webs right on over to SpiderHam. Yes, the pig. And no, he's not a piece of ham with a bread-shaped suit, folks. He's an actual super crime-fighting pig. This super pig was a spider named Peter in the beginning and was experimented on a little bit by an anthropomorphic pig scientist. Eventually, she went nuts and ended up biting him. Yeah, I'm scratching my head on this one too. After being bit, Peter the Spider becomes Peter Porker and fights crime on Earth 8311. And last but not least, everybody's friendly neighborhood Spider-Man on Earth 616.
Alright guys, this is the Spider-Man that we're all super familiar with. It's the one that Tobey Maguire played, it's the one that Tom Holland's playing right now. Like, this is the standard Spider-Man that we all know and love.
This is just the original Spider-Man, everybody. You know, the one that started in the Amazing Fantasy. He is our Spider-Man, and it's a little bit weird because the Marvel Cinematic Universe is another universe, and Earth 616 is also a different universe, but the Marvel Cinematic Universe is based off of Earth 616, so the Peter Parkers that we do see are the same.
So all these universes are a little confusing, but really all it is just a different kind of Spider-Man from a different planet. So don't get too wrapped up in the numbers and the universes and all that sort of thing. Just check the movie out. It'll explain it all.
Be sure to also check out our review on the movie. I went ham on it. Get it? I went ham, y'all. But check out Spider-Man Into the Spiderverse in theaters December 14th. Be sure to like, subscribe, and follow Geekly Goods on all social media platforms, and grab something from our store. We take $1 of every purchase and donate it to arts education to keep arts in the classrooms. We'll see you next time.